All right, Scott and Tracy, tell us about your experience leading church today.
It was very special to me. Um, First off, both my grandfathers were Baptist preachers and never really felt that need to do that. And but I had a dream probably a year or so ago that I would be standing in front of people preaching the Word of God. Didn't know how it was going to happen, and it just kind of fell into place when I was getting ready for the sermon last night. And I told Trace, I said, you remember that dream I was telling you about? Yeah, it's happening tomorrow.
Nice.
So, Pastor Alfred was very wonderful today. Um, Very respectful. We had lots of talk, and during the sermon, um, I preached about God's love, and actually came off of John 3:16, for God to love the world, and only heard those 5 words for the last week in my morning breakfast, my morning coffee and devotional time, and it would last about 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
Just repeatedly.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold that and see what happens. And last night after dinner, it just clicked. That's what I need to preach tomorrow. And so I wrote my sermon out, what I was going to say and stuff. And a little difficult because of the translation. First time I've ever had to do that. And so it was a little difficult for me, but it did make me slow down. And but I did get the sermon across. And Pastor Alfred, when I got finished, it was like a tag team. He went right on. We're
Nice.
talking about God's love and what we should experience and be able to love others at the same time. And so it was awesome. I mean, it was a new church, only been open for 4 months. They've already seen growth in their church. Started off actually in a house church, and within 3 weeks they moved into their first building.
Wow.
And now they've transitioned to the building they're in now. And I mean, it's just, you can feel God's spirit in this church. And it was so awesome today.
That's awesome.
So worship was great. Worship service was great. His wife actually led that. And so it was better than I expected.
Nice.
Put it that way. First time there, the first missions to ever step in their church and be invited. And I was the first outside speaker to ever step in their pulpit today. So our first mission trip, I mean, it's just a lot of first, and everything just meshed together and came together today.
That's awesome.
Of course, Tracy will tell you about her word she received yesterday.
Ooh.
And it just actually molded right into everything. So
what was
turn
the?
it over
You'll let
to
me
you.
tell. You'll let me
I'm
tell.
gonna let you tell it, honey.
What was the word you received?
Hope. And so it was a good word. And so when Peter sent out the assignments of where we were going, at first I didn't even pay attention to what the name of the church was. And then when he was sitting there working on what he was going to say, I went back and looked, and I said, "Oh, we're going to Hope Embassy Ministries."
Wow.
Yes. So I did get up and speak and tell them that, and just thank them for allowing us to come in and speak with them and blessing them, and that they were a blessing to us. And yeah, it was good. It was a good thing.
Awesome.
It was a really great thing.
I was an instructor in my career I had, so getting up in front of people wasn't a big deal. But yes, I was nervous because first time preaching. I did not feel nervous going to the church. I mean, he talked with us while we were driving and stuff. And when we got there, I didn't feel nervous. I mean, we got up, praised and worshiped with them. when I first stepped up on the pulpit, it just
Oh.
it hit.
Yeah.
My nerves were going crazy, but as soon as I opened my mouth for that first word, God took it right away.
Nice.
He knew I had it in control. And
God
it
had
was
you
for,
in control.
Well, yes.
Not that you had control.
But yes, it went through flawlessly.
Awesome.
So really enjoyed it.
Cool. I'm glad that you had that great first missions experience.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
It was
thank.
really good.
Hmm?
It was
Yeah.
really good.
Thank you, Tracy and Scott,
Yeah.
for sharing.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you.